Hey everybody, and welcome to 3D Archery. Hey everybody, Greg here. And this week on 3D Archery, as you know, we're going to the new Haven Raccoon Club. You know, that's a pretty unique name. You know, most places are like the Sportsman Association, the Rod and Gun Club, or, you know, Bowman or something like that. But the first place I ever heard called himself a Raccoon Club. And the funny part about it was there wasn't a single raccoon target anywhere. Oh well. So, let's talk about the location. It's easy to find. It was about an hour and 40-minute drive for me. It was a little longer on the way home due to traffic. But I had my local tween at my karate school access the NSA satellite, and here's the video clip on its location. Like I said, it's easy to find. You can't miss those signs. Right here you can see the signs as you pull in. I mean, you really can't miss it. And that one up on top there, you know, this is the Raccoon Club. It's like one from the 70s, you know, like when I grew up as a kid. That was pretty cool. I got a good laugh out of that one. All right, course information. You know, the course is pretty simple. Now, I'm going to cover my face like normal so you don't have to watch my ugly mug so you can see the course. So again, as you can see here, it's actually two separate courses. Targets 1 through 15, that's the first one. It starts here and it ends right over here. And they actually run back into each other. Now it's nothing to worry about. You're not going to get shot. It's, as you go out, you loop around and you come back in. And then you have the second one, targets 16 through 30. It starts in the same field, only a few feet away from the first one, loops way around and ends up over here. Now the highest point is 510 feet and the lowest point is 318. Now for the terrain, it's mainly woodland and rolling hills. There's no steep hills here. Now the navigation of it, I'd have to say was moderate. Now we didn't get lost, but we went the wrong way. And we went the wrong way because we were just too busy yakking, having fun, and we didn't pay attention to the little yellow markers. So if you go, just don't do like us and, you know, go brain dead and walk down. You, man, you know, I don't think this is the right way. So we turned back and sure enough, we went the right way. So course markers, it was well marked. As you can see here, they had the yellow signs, yellow arrows and the little signs telling you which way to go and things like that. So like I said, as long as you don't zone out like we did, you shouldn't get lost. Now they're target markers. I think this is pretty cool. As you can see here from the target markers, they have the numbers, but they could slide in the name of the animal. You know, that's pretty neat. So then you actually know which one's what and where. Is it mandatory? No, but it's a neat little addition. And then station markers were rebarb with the little plastic caps on them, painted for the different ones. You know, I like the layout of the course. I like the markings. All that was really well done. So, what type of course was it? Well, it was a combination course, but just barely. There's 27 in-out targets, 3 walkthroughs. Now the first 17 were in-out targets, and I pretty much thought it was going to be an in-out target all day, and then that's when we got lost, is when they threw in a walkthrough. We were so used to doing in-outs, we just never thought about a walkthrough. And about halfway through, the second half, I believe it was, they had a water station, which they had a nice cooler out there with some lemonade, which was greatly appreciated. Thank you guys. Alright, let's talk about our targets. There's 30 targets at 25 stations. And they actually list 30 stations, but 5 of those stations were doubles. You know, there's nothing wrong with it. Now, if you get a really big group, it'll probably back up. And I talked to the guys afterwards, and they said they had 80 shooters there that day. And we had no backup except for the last one. But the last one was special, which you'll find out. And there's one bonus target, which is a pretty cool one. This shoot was a fundraiser for the St. Jude's. And what is, if you paid, the money went for that. It was a 100-yard shot on a bear, and they had a little orange decal on it. Now the shot was across the pond. And I'll show you the clip of it right here of this guy with the compound nailing it over and over.
Fast.
Still a little left. A little left.
One more go.
Just a little left, I would say.
No.
In the orange.
I'm going to do a little more.
Pretty good, you know. I don't care what you say about compounds or anything else, but a 100-yard shot, I'm always impressed. So let's talk about the targets, shall we? The types of targets I meant. It was a pretty good break. There was 5 small game. There's 3 turkeys and 2 javelinas. For medium game, there's 15 of them. There's 6 deer, 2 bears, 2 wolves, a hyena, a leopard, a boar, and a warthog. And for large game, there's 8. There's 2 bears, 2 rams, 1 mountain goat, an elk, a lion, and a caribou. And there's 2 exotics. There's the gator and the carp. And I'm not a fan of the carp target, but this is the one place that did the carp target perfect. And we'll see that in the film. You know, I'd have to say their variety of targets was pretty much awesome. I liked it. They had a good amount of large game. Now the 2 rams, you can say they're not large, but they're bigger than a deer. And they stand up pretty high. So that's why I listed them as large. And I enjoyed the sprinkling of the large was just about right. So guys did a great job in setting up those targets. So let's talk the distances of the shot, shall we? You know, traditional, that's what I always shoot. 2 camps. There's the hunter camp that likes only really close, realistic ranges. Then you got the competitor camp, and then well, there's actually 3. Then you got the people there for fun. And I like targets at all ranges, and these guys did an awesome job on that. From the 10 to 15 yards, there was 7 of them, which is just right for me because I struggle at that short range, and I needed to work on it. From 16 to 20, there's 11. From 21 to 25, there was 6. From 26 to 30, there is 4. And from 31 to 35, there was 1. And from 36 to 40, there was 0. But there was one that was 40 plus yards. And it was a 45-yard downhill shot at a caribou, which is a pretty cool shot. And of course, you'll see in the video, I just blew that one bad. You know, when you set out the targets, that's great. So we went over the types, the ranges, but how did they set them up? You know, just the classic broadsides just drives me nuts. You know, I'm not a target archer. I like to have fun. I like to be engaged. And I have to say these guys did an awesome job. Now, with that said, this course, it was just a good, solid, fun course until target 29 and 30. And then this thing skyrocketed right off. 29 and 30 is 2 of the most creative and fun shots I've ever had. What are they? I think I should make you watch it. No, I'll tell you. 29 was a carp underwater. It was 10 yards out and about 4 to 6 inches underwater. You know, and everybody tells you when you shoot at something in the water, you got to aim low on the target. Well, I did that. Yep, and I missed. Then I did something, I went way low, and I hit it. Hit on the second one, so I'm pretty happy. But what we found is what they mean when they mean aim low. You don't aim well on the target, you aim well short of the target. You'll see in the video, if you watch on this one, when we miss, our arrows are hitting like this far away from the target. But when we hit it, when I say hit, I meant hit the water, but when we hit it, it was hitting way out here, almost a foot away. So you don't aim low on the target, you gotta aim way short. Now I know it's refraction is the trick on our eyes, but I never knew it was that extreme. So you guys that do that bow fishing, you got my respect. And target 30 was awesome. It was a gator floating out in the pond. You know, pond, lake. I think a lake's bigger, so I call it a pond. And we went up there and I asked the guy, I go, hey, do you mind if I strap my GoPro to this gator? And the guy was Larry, and he goes, you know, somebody might. I go, look, I accept all responsibility. But this should be some awesome video. So I put it on there with my Joby Gorilla Pod. I had some 550 cord, parachute cord we call it. You guys may call it. And I tied it on there real secure, and he pulled it out there. And it did come out great, and you're going to love that video. So they moved that out to 25. And some guys behind us were some compound shooters, and they moved it up to 48 yards out. And you'll enjoy that video of that. So this shoot, I'm with Jeff and his son Leaf, and I debated. You know, I've been shooting left, went back to left-handed, and I'm making great progress, and I'm pretty confident. And for some reason, I just had a feeling to switch bows, and I went back and I used this one. This is a Hoyt Scout. Now it's actually all white, and the limbs were white. Everything was all white. It was white wood and everything. And I took it, I stained it, I painted it, I put my Master Blasters on there, my Pathfinder torch, I put this on there. It's only a 40-pound bow, but, oh, and I put the 101st because I was in the 101st Pathfinders. It's only a 40-pound bow, and this is the first bow I ever shot left-handed. And you know what? Maybe it's because it's the first one, but it's just so natural. I haven't shot this thing in well over a year. And within 2 arrows, I was back on target. So I had a lot of fun with this. And if you want to see how I took this bow and took it from a Hoyt Scout and created it into a 101st Pathfinder bow, just click this link right here and you'll be able to watch the video in a separate window. Now for arrows, you know, I do have to say I love these. These are my Go Tip Traditionals. They are 600 spines and they are 1535s. And I use the 4-feather fletch. I'm a big fan of that now, and I do it for a couple of reasons. One, looks cool. And I use 5-inch feathers. 2, I use only white because my camera picks it up better. So like you'll see in the slow-mo shooting out at the gator, you can see that white feather traveling through the air, and that's my little crest. It's the one I made up. I'm shooting 125 grain heads on it, and I love these arrows. These things fly great, and they're pretty tough. And you'll also see me pull out this every so often. Now these are incredibly beautiful. This is wood. This is Port Oxford. These are 50-55s, I think they are. Don't know what the grain. I bought them at Etar and broke a couple already. But I like them, but they just don't fly like my carbons. And you know, you can bash me all you want, tell me how stupid I am, but I prefer carbon over woods. But I still shoot woods just for giggles. All right, enough of my babbling. You're going to enjoy this video because we had a great time, and I'm telling you, 29 and 30, if you clubs can do this, you do that carp, you're going to really take your course up a couple of notches. All right, everybody, kick back, enjoy. Leaf, Jeff, and I shooting the 3D course at the New Haven Raccoon Club. I curse you, Leaf.
Don't look at that arrow.
That's what I did.
Don't.
I looked right at Leaf.
Dad, see my arrow?
See it. I'm going to shoot it behind the leg. That's mine. Well, actually, no. I better shoot it right over there.
Ooh.
Maybe. And you strap yourself in.
I'm strapped to, yeah.
Right here.
Not gonna shoot wood. Not yet. That wasn't bad. I enjoyed that. Shoot good. Too bad your quiver got in the way. It would have been beautiful. I looked at that and I go, this could be that slow motion, awesome.
Arrow time.
That might.
You might have scooped the 10.
Something to shoot at.
Oh, I didn't get a 10 on mine. Listen to that bird. He does not like your technique, Jeff.
See where the arrow goes.
I'm the leopard.
Okay, minor detail. Running. I almost didn't get just leave him alone.
As long as you're not made of wood. So where do we shoot this? In the butt?
Butthole.
Closest to the butt is all fine. But normally it's like a light brown. That termites? It could be. I don't know what termite looks like. Never paid attention. No, those ain't termites. They're flying. Those are flying ants. Right next to mine. Yeah, those are flying ants, Leaf. Nice. Take a shot, Leaf. Wunderbar.
5 targets.
That's cool, man.
Tip the bow
Did you
down.
see your? I don't know. Did you see your arrow?
Yep.
Man, that thing
He
was
went.
porpoising.
I saw the bow go down.
That thing was porpoising like you would. I never seen porpoising like that in a long time. There you go. That was much better. All right, dude. Hey. Not having shot this in about 2 years.
Is that it?
Yep. Wood.
Wow, it looks like a
That, you know, that I went to a shoot and I told the kid, grab the wood. He goes, they're all wood. I go, no, they're not. Now, if that was carbon, it would have been a bullseye. That's my excuse. I'm sticking to it.
Sure, I can. Well, you shoot a regular shot. That'll do it. I've done this before.
I'm a professional. All right, maybe I'm not.
Don't tell this at home. I'm a trained professional.
Still went low.
Yeah, this is doing this.
Right where I was looking.
And I didn't get the camera on.
That was one of those ones that I looked at it, my mind said, this looks good. So I go, I better shoot now. Shoot now before I change something. Yeah, they're right on the ground all around me. That's a good shot. Your arrows just dipped down.
Glad that didn't bounce out.
You have to clean a release. I
figure
all
what?
lined up for me.
12 yards.
Bear with me here.
Nice.
Thanks for the target.
Yeah. got it.
That's a workout and you get a free t-shirt if you make it. Nice shot. That was sweet.
Little bluff.
But I gave you a good aim point.
That's what I wanted.
That's. There we go. I got something to shoot at. Ooh, a little low. Didn't hold. Let it rub.
Hang on a second, Leif. I probably just filmed your dad's back. Maybe not. Now we'll give everybody the real perspective. Whenever you're ready, sire. He's trying to suck in as much oxygen. He's trying to oxygenate his brain so he could process the information better. Work the solution. Not bad. Slightly up. I'm offline and low. All right, woof. What's the distance, Lee? Estimated distance? 15 yards. Okay, so if I'm going to shoot, how many inches under should I aim? 3.5. Could you go up there and mark it for me? Because I can't tell 3.5 inches from 15 yards. That's my problem. Not bad. Pretty good for an old man with gray hair.
Fabulous.
See, now I get. There you go. Well, the good news is the arrow flew really straight. At least I think it did.
Got it.
We're about equal. We just hit different sides of it. Right next to me. All right, Leif, it's up to you.
I'm gonna do the whole target thing. I'm gonna get it in. Yep. Nope.
Why resist, Jeff?
Nope, because it's awesome. Featherlicious.
Everything is awesome. Well, against my better judgment, I'm using wood. You know what? This is so close, I can actually see the lines. And I went way low because of wood. That would have been a 12 if I used carbon. Yep. See how I used carbon? That would have been a 12. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. Nice! That's at least a 10.
I'm not in your video frame.
Nope. Not as nice. Not as nice. Nice and not as nice. How's that?
Fitting.
Wunderbarisch, non-wunderbarisch.
Something to shoot at.
Chase, you were aiming at my arrow, obviously.
Oh, that's yours?
The low one, mine.
I saw leaves in it.
Ah, that's 8. Just go to the left of, or the right of them. Go to the left, you might be in trouble. There you go.
Use the force.
But I'm allergic to cats.
You allergic to kids.
These things don't bother me. Poison ivy does not affect me, but I'm allergic to cats. And I have 3 of them.
I don't know if poison ivy affects me.
Not bad.
Too bad.
No, that was
Take
a
that
pretty
one.
dang good shot. Haven't heard from him, you know. Oh, you got it. Got it. It's slightly downhill. So that means it's more like 20 something. So I'm going to try to hit it. That would be advisable. Well, I went high on purpose and I hit high.
I hate it when you hit where you aim.
Yeah, well, I was saying, well, this is a tricky shot. You don't really think it's downhill, but it is slightly downhill. All right, let's see. Long distance, you got it in the back leg. The shorter distance, you got it in the front leg. Well, he ain't running, and mine severed his spine. So he's in bad shape now. So he's just standing there still for your dad to get him.
No excuses. No excuses.
I like the one you did. Leaf shot, and you go deer, 20 yards. You missed deer running away. I don't think I put it in, but that's a classic. Deer running away. Dude, that's my shot. Deer running away. Oh, no wonder I can't see your arrows right in the middle of the deer. Right. Now that is Caddyshack. Low 2, we all went low. Nice one. I'm putting this off in the 40s. Hopefully 45 yards.
Just over. Wow! I went like 20 yards over it. This branch is perfectly there. All right, watch it. I'm going to aim at it.
Shoot that branch.
Just short of him. Yeah, you're a good 5-10 yards over it. 5 yards past it, I should say. I should say past, not over. There you go. That is too cool. Oh, ingenious. Leverage.
I'm shooting good arrows.
Witchery.
Well, being left-handed, I'm not supposed to be doing this.
Ooh.
Oh, I just barely hit the top.
Yeah, you're supposed to
Catch it
aim
again?
low.
I did.
I don't know. I never shot in the water. Although, believe it or not, the first time I seen archery was as a kid when my uncle went fishing with a boat. Where's the stake?
Can't shoot without a stake.
That's cool. Wow! I barely hit the top, and I was aiming
like you were
really
way
low.
It's an optical delusion.
Yes,
I love how
and
the light-
I'm perfectly delusional.
It would still be fun to just play sports and go kayaking.
Thank you. Yeah, that was awesome. My camera won't catch it, but I actually seen the arrow going under the water. Over.
What's the definition of insanity?
You went over that time. Yes. Come on, Jeff, kill it.
Oh, I thought I went under it. That's over?
I told you.
Arrow pack.
Nice. Nice. A little high, but that's all right.
A little high.
That was awesome.
Do that again. Do it
Well, I
again.
got that on video. I'm sorry, but that's going on YouTube. Nothing personal, but I like awesome shots. And
What's this on YouTube? I want
Okay, everybody, I hope you enjoyed that video. You know, that was a lot of fun. And that carp was probably the most ingenious shot I've ever seen. You know, the gator's pretty cool, but how many gators do you see float on the top of the water? But the fish under the water, that was awesome. And that's one more thing to check off on the old archery bucket list. Shooting a fish underwater. All right, thanks for subscribing. And I'll see you next week with an all-new episode of 3D Archery.